Key, are you ready? Bayou Diva, let them know that you're ready.
It's Thursday night, they at it again. You got it locked into the ladies then. It's Lady K, Kiki too, plus the Bayou Diva. You know how they do. From breaking news to favorite foods. See what's poppin' in the city, hot topics too. Advice for your issues if you need to grab a tissue. Just wait till a break, they may say something that'll fit you. Amazing guests live on set. You can laugh to your heart's content. They appreciate the love cause it's truly a blessing. My name's Saga Boss and I approve this message.
Ain't no room for hating, enjoy the entertainment. You are locked in to the ladies' den. So there's no confusion, they love what they do. You are locked in to the ladies' den.
The Ladies Den, Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell them Saga sent you.
What's up, Facebook? Let me tell y'all.
What's goody?
Every pain, every ache. Y'all know I don't keep still.
Don't.
Trying to clean up my house and trying to move things around and then pull something in the old neck and back. And I was laid up for a couple of days. So, and I'm running again and I'm still in pain, but
Oh, Lord Jesus.
My neck hurts so bad right now. My neck hurts so bad right now.
Do you need to have your thing on, your brace on right now or something?
Yes, I am going to put it on after the show. Yeah. I was told to put it back on. Yeah. So yeah. Doctor's orders. I have to put my neck brace back on, the one that had me like this. Yeah, I gotta put that thing back on because I'm just won't listen. But I got to go. I got broke neck and back. V got broke back, so we got.
You ain't gonna be able to do nothing if you laid out somewhere though. So much you got stuff to do.
I know. I'm gonna try to listen. I'm gonna try.
You
after
listen
next week.
You will listen when you laid up in that bed. I tell you that.
After next week, because I'm going to Vegas on Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to Vegas on Sunday for what they call Wedding MBA. Mm-hmm. And it is a convention for event planners, people that have venues, chefs, caterers, photographers, videographers, florists. Oh my God, they had a whole list. Anybody that's in that area of entertainment, this convention is for you.
It's for you.
They actually have classes that you can get certified in at the convention.
Okay.
It's 4 days.
Okay.
4 days. They teach you, like, I really wanted to go because of my venue.
Right.
So I really wanted to see how people handle the venue and stuff like that. So, and then plus just learn what's new out there in the event planning world. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to go and open the thinking cap and let all that stuff soak in. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. That plane ride gonna be hell though. Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of messed you up is that time change too, right?
Well, the time change didn't really bother me. It's the plane ride because of my neck and my back.
Because of your neck.
Yes. So the plane ride gonna kill me, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. Oh, but anyway, so what's up with you, chick? How was your day? What's been going on? How did the show go? Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So first of all, today has been pretty good. This week has been pretty good. I can't believe it's already Thursday. First of all,
I know.
Like just here like yesterday. Seems like last Thursday was yesterday. That's what it seems like. But so the show was cool. I was a little nervous, of course, first time out doing a fashion show. Um, I've hosted like karaoke events, but not a fashion show. So the show was cool. It was a smaller venue, so a smaller crowd, but we had some really good vendors there. I'm gonna do reviews on. I think I bought from everybody. I'm gonna do some reviews on some of the stuff that I got. But what's up, Kiki?
What's that?
But other than that, I mean, it was cool. She's having another one. She said in the spring time. She said like May or something like that. No, she might have said March. Anyway, it's gonna be in the springtime. And she asked me if I would come back and be a part of that.
Awesome.
That carpet or some sort of carpet interviews. I don't know if it's gonna be pink. No, she says it's gonna be lupus this time, so it might be purple carpet.
Ooh.
And I told her, I would. It's the event. This is the 5th year. This year was the 5th year, and she has a really big heart about what she's doing. So it just needs to be a little more successful. Get the word out there a lot more, because what she's offering is quality. Like her vendors were on point. She had a ragtag Rudy Poop vendors. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you go to a show and they were like, we got vendors, and then you look at the vendors and go, okay,
right.
Paparazzi vendors, and everybody got the same thing, and ain't no food, ain't no drink. I left out of there with a whole meal. Okay, she had a twisted cocktail vendor. She had a lady with natural beauty stuff from head to toe. And then she had the young lady that has her own makeup line. With quality products. I mean, it was really good.
Wow.
Get the word out there just a lot more, so we can get more people in the seats. But overall, it was a good experience. And I can say I have cut my eye teeth, as the old folks used to say.
Yeah.
On hosting a fashion show, just a little bit.
Okay.
But overall. What up, Kiki?
How was your day, love?
It was good. It was good. I won't complain. I won't complain. I will not. I shall not. All is well.
All right.
On the south side.
On the south side.
South side.
Daddy and brother pulled up on you, huh? It was like, let's ride.
Yeah, they pulled up on me. They tried to surprise me. I surprised them, but then they surprised me again. So, and that's how it went. Because they pulled up at the house, and I wasn't home. And they was like, we out here, we in front of your house. I'm like, not my house. Because they don't travel like that, but they was like, yes, we are. I was like, well, I'm not there. We see. So it's like, well, where you at? I was like, well, we about to go, on live, because Tina did her, she's back doing her In the Streets with Tina B live podcast. So, we showed up there, and I was like, well, I'm over here. And I was like, I'm only 15 minutes away from the house, though. And they was like, oh, okay, then. And they wind up pulling up. So I was like, that was pretty cool. I got to see my daddy and my baby brother.
That's what's up. Family is always important. Definitely. Definitely.
Man, listen. Always for me. FOE.
So what's your
day?
Girl, look, you missed it. It's a long story.
She over there being hard-headed. She messed around and she think blondes have more fun, so she got her hair colored, but she can't sit down nowhere.
Yeah, and the doctor done put me back in my neck brace. But so we're gonna go keep moving. So, our
Yeah,
Den
give it a face.
Dwellers,
Give
yes,
it a
as
face.
you know, every week we feature a different beverage: water, lemonade, tea,
Oh, she just
coffee,
gonna go.
alcohol,
She
all of
going
gonna do
that
right
that.
into
good
the spiel.
good stuff. So,
Just gonna do that.
yeah, this week, as you guys know, since we're not in a brick and mortar for right now, we are drinking whatever we want to drink, and we tell y'all about it. Okay. So, Nisa K, what you drinking tonight?
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. We was up there with Tina and them
Tina Nim.
yesterday. Yes, Titty. And we was
Yeah.
getting ready to go. Now I had
Uh-huh.
went back in the kitchen with the owner. And he got a little mini bar back there.
Mm-hmm.
So my drink today is a good old fashioned Corona.
Oh, beer. Oh, ooh. Not a beer drinker, but okay.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say? Did you hug it? Do it again. Do it again.
Yes. Love it.
So,
Yup,
Kiki,
yup.
what you drinking on, baby?
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Not a thing. Oh, so me, I'm back on my eggnog, y'all. You know, it's that time of the year, so y'all gonna see me drinking stuff.
I
I
thought about
And
I
I
got my
almost
let
said
me
down
get some next time
my
I see you.
second bottle of the Christian
the
Brothers.
Christian Brothers.
Just
I
pulled this one
almost
Next time
went
I
off
and
the
got
see you.
some.
bar. So
I
I'm
need some of that
just
in my
like
life.
about to open it. Ugh. I brought like 3 bottles. I killed the first one. This is the second one.
Oh, that's the second one.
This is the second one. I got another one up here.
Hey,
But
Dr. Screen.
this is my drink for the holidays. I love me some eggnog.
Me
Me
too.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But hey, y'all.
Hello, ladies.
I got your message.
What up,
The
lady?
I just looked at it, so I think we're gonna use some of your t-shirts for my mental health retreat. I like one. I really like one. But so tonight, y'all, I cannot find this video.
You still can't find it?
I still can't find it. But this topic is so interesting because I am one who benefited from going to college. But I'm
Oh,
just gonna say, so there was a lady,
for
and this
you.
was on the news, and this is what made me want to talk about it. There was this lady who did a TikTok video, and she was going the hell off about
Mhm.
college
Mhm.
because she got a college degree in
Mhm.
marketing and something else.
Mhm.
And right now she works at a restaurant where I'm just going to say at a restaurant where they do sushi. So she said, first of all, the first time they didn't want to give her a job. And then she said the second time that she went for a job, they offered her a job, but
Mhm.
they offered her like $10,000 less than what she was making rolling sushi rolls. So she was saying, like, why in the hell did she ever go to college? Because it wasn't worth it. Because she's working in a restaurant making more than what her college degree is wanting to pay her starting out. And what she said
Mhm.
was, they was asking her, did she have experience? And she
Mhm.
said, well, no, college is the experience. No, honey, college is where you learn. You have to go out and get experience. But
Yeah.
I understand, and we'll get deeper into that conversation about the experience thing. So I want to know, like, did you guys go to college? If you didn't go to college, are you working in the job that you wanted to work in had you gone to college? That's the first question.
I can say I did go to college. I spent way too much money going. I went to a few colleges. And I'm kind of working in the field just a little bit. I always had like my last degree was communications.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, for the most part, I'm kind of working in that area, in that field. I never went for like a specific, like, you know, nursing or engineering or architect or whatever
Mm-hmm.
type of degree. But
So,
only
and
thing is, there was one degree that I have that I got from going to more like a trade school.
mm-hmm.
I'll say that I got more out of that than when I went to a traditional school, because we were doing stuff like actual tasks within that degree, which was like business management type degree. And I mean, it was a little more expensive because of the way they had it set up. But I would tell, and I tell my nieces and nephews right now, as far as doing anything beyond high school, find something that you're interested in, research it, and see what all you have to do to get paid, you know, top, or see what the levels are. What would it be with the entry level? Or what kind of experience would you have to go into that first job? It doesn't have to be college. If you find a trade school, if you want to be a mechanic, a plumber, or whatever, fine. But get a piece of paper to get certified. So when you get ready to go do what you're doing, they got to give you this. Because with that piece of paper, you have some experience of doing that particular task.
So the next question is, did you go because Nisa wanted to go, or did you grow up in a household where mom and dad say you're going to college?
I went because within my my part of my family tree, my family is like part half military, half education. And there's some preachers and stuff in there too. But I was more influenced by my military folks. And I knew that my plan was to do career. And I knew that if I wanted to become an officer, I would have to have a degree. And so that was just part of what I was going to do. Of course, that fell through because I got sick. But I still did want to go to college because I had a lot of friends around me that were going and things of that nature. Only thing is, and still to this day, I don't like, there are people that just know. Like I have cousins and stuff they're teachers, and they always knew they wanted to teach, and they did it, and they doing. I have a cousin right now. She's in nursing. She just got her PhD in nursing. Like she was focused. I have never had the thing of, oh, when I grow up, I want to be still don't. So my degrees that I have, they're general. So once the military thing fell through for me, I was just kind of like, okay, well, I guess I might just end up working in corporate. Doing, you know, using the skills that I have, and yeah, that's about it. But that's why I went. I went because I wanted to.
Okay. Well, for me, I always knew I wanted to be a nurse. From a little girl, I've always said I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be, first it was a pediatrician. Mm-hmm. And then I started having kids, and that shit went out the door. No, I don't want to deal with the kids. I mean, I'm just being honest. When I started having kids, I was like, no, I don't think I want to be a pediatrician because then they're going to be sick too. No. So maybe I'll just be a pediatric nurse. Okay. And so as I got older and I started reading about school, and I was in high school, and in high school, I went to a vocational school. So we had trades within our school. So when I graduated high school, I was already a nursing assistant.
Okay.
So as I got older and I started researching, I was like, no, I don't want to be no pediatric nurse either. I don't know what I want to do. But I always knew I wanted to be a nurse. I went from thinking to be a doctor, and then like, no, I don't want to do that. And then not the pediatrician. And then when I found out how long they had to go to school, I was like, I ain't going to school that damn long. I'll just be a nurse. And when I researched and I found out the different levels of nursing that there is, I mean, everybody think that you just are in, you can work in a hospital and that's it. There's so many avenues for registered nurses and for LPNs. There's so like crime scenes and mortuaries and morgues and what do they call them? The people that it's gonna come to me in a minute. But like there's just so much. It's a wide range. Like you can work for attorneys. You can view their medical and you can communicate with the clients. I mean, it's just such a wide range. So then I went like, okay, so if I don't have to deal with the babies, let me deliver the babies. And that's why my background is OBGYN, but I went from there to primary care where I get a little bit of everything. But in my house, my mom was not, hey, Kendrick, my mom was not like, oh, y'all have to go to college.
Yeah.
She wasn't like that. She was just like, find something that you want to do, just like you said. Make sure you do your research. Oh, but you gonna do something. Now, she had that attitude. Now, you gonna do something. But in order to be successful, you don't always have to go to college.
Right.
So, unfortunately, because I'm dealing with lies, there's no way around it unless I was born in the year my grandmother was born. Because my grandmother was a nurse and she never sat in school, not one day. Because back then, they taught you in the field.
Yeah.
You never had to go to school.
Yeah.
So they taught you in the field. But as time went on, you have to go to school. You have to be licensed and all of that. So for me, the money that's spent is well worth it. But it also goes back to when I had stepped, medical assistant, phlebotomy, like, especially when I got my phlebotomy, it was like, okay, people wouldn't hire me because I didn't have any experience. And I used to fuss and tell V, well, I was a phlebotomist before I met V, but when I came to Georgia, especially, I had the experience so I could just jump in, they would hire me. But back then, and here, when I first came here, I was making more money as a phlebotomist than as a nurse. So it was crazy how it was crazy. But in the beginning, when I was in nursing school and working as a phlebotomist, I couldn't get a job until I had experience. And so my thing is, I told one lady, I'll never forget, I went to an interview and she was like, well, you just don't have enough experience. I said, well, how am I going to get experience if nobody wants to give me a job?
That part.
So how am I going to get experience? Nobody wants to give me a job. And just so happened, I was doing my clinicals where I worked in a doctor's office when I first graduated from phlebotomy, and I was in nursing school. And that doctor decided to hire me. But I had gone on 2 interviews while I was still doing my clinicals in his office. And he just decided, he was like, you know what? I'll hire you. I'm going to give you a job.
Look at God.
But, it's crazy because, it's so crazy. It's crazy because we pay all this money. Phlebotomy school wasn't cheap either. It's not as much as nursing, but it wasn't cheap.
Right. So
we pay all this money for school and for college, and people can't get a job. Fortunately for me, I will always have a job. People are going to always be sick. Hospitals, doctors' offices, they're always hiring nurses. So it don't really apply to me, but it applies to other people like V. Nobody knows that V has a master's degree in IT with concentration in forensics.
See,
You could give V your same cell phone that you done had 5 years ago. She could go in there and tell you every phone call that came through, every text message that came through on your computer, on your tablet, from as long as you've had it.
I know the feds are hiring. She better go
She's
if
been
she wants to.
trying. She's been
Knock
trying.
on their door because they looking.
But she's been trying. She really has been trying. And what we were told from somebody who knows somebody was like, you got to know somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to know somebody to get into the feds or CSI or, all them kind of crazy things. So she tried. And I mean, I don't leave my phone laying around nowhere.
What you say?
But-
You ain't going forensics my stuff.
Yes, she
No
is.
forensics
But I mean, I'm
all
giving her
that
my
is.
phone. She can go in my phone. Ain't shit in there. She gonna find me cussing a few folks out. But as far as anything else, they ain't nothing in there. Cause I tell her, answer my phone, answer my text messages. I ain't got nothing to hide. Now, when we first met, that was a little different story. But after all these years, it's like, girl, look, answer my phone, go in my purse. See who texted me. Oh, that's JT. Okay, well, answer him. Tell him I call him back.
Right.
That's Nisa. Okay, tell Nisa I'm gonna call him. I don't have no problem.
Yeah.
But it's just to say she spent so much money for this degree,
Yeah.
and it's been 8 years and she still can't find a job.
It's out there. Just
So
like you
it's
said,
really
you have to
like,
know somebody.
is it worth going to college though? That's
If
my
it's something you want to do, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes you can look up and find somebody or end up getting connected with somebody that is in the field that you want to be in.
yeah.
And people literally show
I'm
you,
Ritalin.
train you how to do whatever it is you're trying to do. But
Mhm.
sometimes college is necessary. It can be expensive if you don't know what you want to do, like me. Like I owe a whole lot of money.
So why do you feel, or anybody out there that's listening, why do y'all feel that people won't hire you unless you have experience, but you were taught everything you need to know?
I don't know. I think it's dumb.
Excuse me, y'all. I gotta take this. I got a sweatshirt on and I am having one of them personal summers and I'm about to burn it. Ooh, geez. So why Kendrick say I'm going back when I get my time come together, finish my MA, then on to my RN.
Okay.
Kendrick, can I just give you a little advice? Skip finishing the MA, it's a waste of time, and go straight to your RN. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because the same thing you're gonna learn as an MA, unless you just want to get a foot into the field, I would do it, but it's just you spending money on top of money. Because as an MA, you learn the same thing as an RN, except for as an RN, you learn a little more, but it's not much more. Because as an MA, you learn how to give injections, you learn how to give medications, you learn how to take vitals and look at a patient. And that's basically what you're going to learn as an RN, but it just gets a little more in depth. And like for me, I'm glad I took phlebotomy before I went to nursing, because most nurses, one, they don't know how to draw blood. Two, they don't know nothing about none of the tests. You can tell me any blood test and I know. He said he was told that by his instructor. Yeah, because it's the same. It's really the same thing. But it's mainly for people that want to start working, because a medical assistant class is like 18 months, like 18, 19 months, something like that. And if they want to just start working in the field, a lot of people will go that route. They will go phlebotomy or MA. And Kendrick, if you want to do phlebotomy, I'm a phlebotomy instructor. I can certify you and get you nationally certified. So, well, we can talk about that another time. I can get you
Yeah.
nationally certified, but it's just like situations like that. I'm gonna use Kendrick where if he hadn't talked to somebody who could tell him, no, just go straight to RN because you're gonna spend thousands and thousands of dollars for MA, and then that stuff you learned as an MA that don't cross over to RN. You're gonna have to learn that stuff all over again, which you'll know it, but you still have to go through the process of doing it all over again. So, I would just go straight in. We'll talk about the phlebotomy thing later. I could definitely get you nationally certified and certified in your CPR because my phlebotomy class, the CPR comes with it because I'm also a CPR instructor. So, but going back to But going back, I feel for those kids or those, I won't say kids, because when you go to college, you're a young adult. But for some of those young adults who parents say, you have to go to college. And some of them go to college. I see it so much in the movies. I don't really know anybody personally, but I see it so much in the movies because the mom and dad want them to be a doctor because they were a doctor, a lawyer because they were a lawyer, and they go to school and they spend all this money and they do all this, and it's not even what they want to do.
Right.
It's not even close to some of the things that they want to do. So it's really like a catch-20. Unless you're trying to be a nurse or a doctor, I would say research your craft or your career. And one thing I learned from V, what she tells her, what she tells her guys with child support is you need a career, not a job. Because for her, a job stands for just over
broke. Yes.
So you need a career. Granted, now between 14 and 25, get you a job.
Mm-hmm.
But after 25, you need to be headed to a career or earlier than 25 if possible.
Hopefully that job is something that's within that career that could take you to the next level.
Right. And like you say, some people knew, like I just knew at a young age I wanted to be a nurse. There was nothing else. And I always battled back and forth between nursing and retail. I was general managers of clothing stores. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I know Kiki, you do being on that. And you too, Nisa. I know y'all remember Gina Cole and Gina Cole Plus. Y'all remember them stores?
I'm not that don't sound familiar in Texas.
Okay, so that might have been just a New Orleans thing. But there was a store called Gina Cole and Gina Cole Plus in New Orleans. I was a manager at Gina Cole when I was in high school. I was 15 years old. I was a manager. So I always went back and forth between retail and medical.
Okay.
And medical is just it's just them. There's nothing else I ever wanted to do. So, I knew that medical, you got to get a license. You can't get no certification. You need a license.
Yeah.
And when you're in nursing school, you cannot get anything less than a B.
Right.
If you get a C, you got to take it over.
You got to take it
and
over.
You got to take it over and over and over until you get an A or B. And at first I was like, well, damn. But now, back then, I was like, damn. But then I realized you're dealing with somebody's life.
Yes.
So, you need to know what you do.
No. Yeah.
You got to know what you're doing. Yeah. But, this lady just made me really think about college. And, should you go to college? Should you even think about going to college? What do you do after going to college and you can't find a job and you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on degrees and stuff like that you're not even using?
Yeah.
So what do you do?
You have to just, I don't know, shit, fake it till you make it. That's why I think I'm serious. But that's
Fake
why I
it till you
think
make
they
it.
should have more of the vocational high schools and more of the technical schools available. Like I graduated when I moved here, I started going to Atlanta Metro, which went from a 2-year to a 4-year. And on that same campus, they have Atlanta Tech. So if you want a degree, a regular degree, traditional, you can go on one side to Metropolitan. If you want to anything dealing with nursing, anything auto, HVAC, all of that, you go over to Atlanta Tech, and you have the different, levels where you get the different however long it take you to get that certification. I think more of those need to be available for the kids, and they need to have it set up a lot more with where they can do it while they're in high school. So by the time they're done with high school, they're either almost finished or at least they're in the system already.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you have the experience to some extent, and then you already know the coursework. You'll already be someone familiar with the coursework, and then you can go out there and get a little part-time in whatever field you're trying to get in. So when you finish, you will have the experience, and you can get that job and start. They have to pay you because you have the experience and that piece of paper.
Yeah. And that's one thing I like about the high school I went to in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
It was a vocational school. So when you graduated, the only class you graduated with a license in was cosmetology from high school.
Mm-hmm.
But everywhere else, you graduated with a certificate, but you had to go and further that to be licensed or whatever, because we had photography, home ec, cosmetology, nursing. Oh my God, they had so many different things.
We need that
at
now.
that school.
We need that now all over the U.S. We need that. But they so busy trying to tell us what to do with our bodies, they forgetting about the kids. The kids are suffering because they're coming out dummies. This technology is making them so smart, they are dumb.
That part.
Some of these kids wouldn't be able to think their way out of a paper bag.
They can't. But
that's not all. I'm saying some. Some kids, their parents are setting them up. Okay, this is how you count money. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. I saw a joke the other day, and actually I posted it. Somebody said I gave my bill was $3.30. I gave him $5.30. She looked perplexed. I told her my change was $5. And she said, "Oh yeah, I know that's right." Man, the change is not. No. If the calculator or the register don't tell them what to do, they don't know what to do.
They don't. They really don't. That has happened to me in a grocery store. But and then too, this day and time, you can't depend on the school to really teach your kids.
Not no more.
You have to also be that parent.
Yes. Yep.
But a lot of parents feel like they're in high school, they can do it, they do their own homework, and that's not what you do.
Mm-mm.
That's not what you do.
Kiki, don't you have a cosmetology license?
I did. I went to school for it. and I kicked myself, a lot of times because I didn't, go into that field. Now, the fact that I could do hair, yeah.
Because you be doing some hair, honey.
So why don't you go back and try to renew your license? Because sometimes
it's been so long since I've been away from it. So I literally
how long?
Just it started
like long?
Yeah. I did all this before my son was born, and he's the oldest.
Oh, he's 30.
So, 2.
Oh,
but
long
yeah,
time.
like I said, that was something that I, like, my family, especially on my mom's side, they were either cosmetologists, singers, or nurses. So, and all, what I'm saying, all of that. But I think, it plays a lot on support,
Yeah,
as being when you're young. And I say that because some of us needs to have people to push. Some
yeah,
of us need that push. Some of us need that, even if it was, like I said, my mother was a seamstress. My mother sewed, you know, and if I figured that if I
Right.
had been pushed towards that, what I'm saying, or into that, maybe I could have been, in that field. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's a lot that as far as I'm concerned,
yeah.
I just feel that I wasn't pushed enough into it. Or if I had the interest in it, I would do it. And if I didn't feel that I had the type that support or anybody pushing me, it was just like, okay, oh, it is what it is, I guess,
Mhm.
or maybe not, and stuff like that. Like I said, the fact I could do it. And I guess, and I figure now, with me being into the fashion industry,
Hmm.
well, what
Karaoke!
what I'm doing now, I feel that it's still a part of it. So the creativity has always been there.
Yeah,
It was just like I said, having somebody to see it and say, hey, you could do this, or hey, you can do that, or have that extra push or that behind you. And you're like, you know what? Shit, I guess so. I
yeah,
can. I think support, plays a big role. Not so much like you're saying
Hmm.
forcing the kids, but you know, giving them a choice, and then supporting them with their,
yeah,
what I'm saying, with their decisions.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, let me just tell you a little something about your cosmetology. So, prime example, like a lot of people don't know, but I'm a licensed nail technician. I did nails for a long time in New Orleans. And the reason I was into so many things, my mom, I used to paint my nails and decorate them and all this and all that. And when I was in New Orleans, I was on a waiting list to go to nursing school. Um, and my mom was like, "Why don't you go to school for nails while you're on a waiting list? Why don't you check into it?" And because you do really nice on the nails. So I was like, "Yeah, let me check into it." It was only 6 months.
mm-hmm.
So I went and I took the course. I passed the course, got my license, went into a shop, started doing nails, and then I was just like, this ain't really what I want to do. So I was keeping my license up, and then I just let it go. I let my license go for 15 years, right? When I came here to Atlanta, well, a little bit before I came here to Atlanta, I was like, I just need to keep my license just in case, I could just keep because I still had my personal clients that, that was like, I don't care what you're doing, you're going to do my nails, you're going to do my feet, whatever, whatever.
Oh,
So when I got here, I was like, you know what? I need to renew my license. So I went to a school in Roswell. I looked them up. I was like, I need to renew my license. And the lady was like, well, how many, what you mean renew? And I was like, well, I had my license. I let it go for this amount of time and blah, blah, blah. So what she did, she called state board, and state board had all my hours and everything. But because I hadn't done it in so long, I had to take, I think it was 100 hours, like 100 hours of the nail tech class in order to reinstate. And so I'm saying to you, if all that time, if the school is still around, all you got to do is call state board and see if they still have your hours listed, because they hold on to that stuff for a lot of time. And then you could always pick up from where you left off with another school. So it might be worth checking into. You never know. You never know. You never know.
That's true.
But And Tanya, yes, Tanya says she's tired of working for others. We are all too experienced and talented to work for others. We are, but that's a whole nother situation right there. Because if you've paid to go to college, so anybody that's just tuning in tonight, we're talking about college. I saw a TikTok video where a young white lady was going off because she spent all this money in college to get a marketing degree. She couldn't find a job, and then when she finally got 2 interviews, one of the interviews they said no, straight out. The second interview, the lady told her she just didn't have enough experience. And so, well, no, one just said no, she didn't have enough experience. And then the other one offered her the job, but it was offering her $10,000 less than what she was making rolling sushi rolls. And that's exactly what she said on the video. So I wanted to talk tonight about college degrees. Do you feel like you need a college degree to do what you want to do, unless you want to be a doctor or a nurse? Because you know you got to have a degree for that, a license. Was it you that wanted to go to college, or was it your parents that said, no, you have to go to college? You're in my house, you got to go to college. So it's just like she was confused. And like I said, my wife has a master's degree in IT with concentration in forensics. And she's been having that degree might be more than 8 years. And she was having a hard time finding a job. And unfortunately, like I said, for me, I will always have a job. I can always find a job anywhere as a nurse. I can find a job anywhere. Doctor's office, hospital, clinics, emergencies, travel like I do, so I can always find a job. But what happens to those people who paid all that money for these degrees and they can't find a job because nobody won't give them a job because they don't have no experience? So if you don't give them a job, how are they going to get experience? And then what if the job that you chose, like this young lady, marketing and business degree, is not paying what she's making rolling sushi rolls? So was it really worth her going to college? And that's what she said. Was it worth me going to college? And now I have all these bills, all these student loans and all this stuff. So did you go to college? Did you force your kids to go to college? Or what's your story? So that's what I'm asking the viewers that are on right now. But I just feel like somebody has to break and give these people a chance to get experience.
Yeah.
You got, because if you keep getting no and keep getting no and you keep getting no, what's gonna happen is, just like this young lady, she said, well, I'll be rolling sushi rolls all my life. So I want to know what kind of sushi rolls she making, that a marketing and business degree that's paying her $10,000 less than what she making rolling sushi.
I need to know what kind of rolls sushi rolls she rolling too.
Right, because then I need to go roll me some sushi.
Absolutely, and I don't even eat it, but I'll roll it.
Pretty good.
I say I just eat it.
Yeah, I'll be eating it up. But and and again, we talked about families who make their kids go to school, like kids that come from wealthy families. They're like, no, you going to school and you going to be a doctor.
Yeah, or else I'm not paying.
Be a lawyer, or I'm not paying for college. Like, you can't force your kids to do what you didn't do.
Parents that do that, I feel like they're living through their kid, because
right.
They didn't.
And that's what I said. You can't force them to do what you didn't do.
Mm-mm.
And the thing about it is, some of those parents that are well off and say that those kids have to go to college, they didn't even go to college to get where they are.
Right. But
Some freak,
Almost,
something happened,
almost
and you became a millionaire.
almost devil's advocate. They want their kids to do a different level, different process to get a better life or to have a better life.
But you
Versus doing
already
what
got them
they
in a
have.
better life. You already got them in a better life. They're already
But
driving the Mercedes. They got a bank
right,
account. But you telling them they need to go to college to
yeah.
to be a doctor, that they might want to be a mechanic,
Oh, that's true.
or they might want to be a welder, or they might want to
Yeah.
be a
Well, they make a
what
buttload
this I
of
was
money.
watching we was
Shitload
watching
of money.
the original Imitation of Life yesterday. This movie was made in
Ooh, I don't even want to
1934.
talk about it.
That's
Let me
the
know.
black and white one.
I
No,
ain't want to
I
talk about
said
it.
that. No, I said that to say they might want to be a schemic. What it was is it was a scheme. I don't know what it was. I can't remember how she said it, but it's a person who study fish. I'm gonna look it up. But it was the
Oh, I
person
was
who
gonna say,
studied fish. That was one of the guys. So I was saying that to say maybe they might want to do that. Maybe they don't want to be an attorney. Maybe they don't want to be a judge. Maybe they
right.
don't want to be a doctor or a nurse or whatever. So why do you force your kids to go to college? Because people go to college and they still work at McDonald's or they
Facts.
working at Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Look, I'm trying to get a part-time at Chick-fil-A, my damn self.
Girl, look. Joy,
I've
hey
been
Joy.
surrounded.
She said, I think it is better to go to a technical school than going into debt by going to a college. And
That's what I said.
that's exactly what we're talking
Ding,
about.
ding, 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 ding.
Because this young lady, I'm still trying, I got to find this video, y'all, because she went, when I tell you this heifer went off, and that's what we were saying, because this young lady was going off because she spent all this money on college for a business and marketing degree. The first people told her no. Second, people offered her a job, but they offered her $10,000 less than what she making rolling sushi.
And it's an ichthyologist.
Is that it? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. The study of,
ich-
yeah,
yeah,
that's
ichthyologist.
it. That's exactly what he was doing. But what if your child wants to do that? Why force them to go be a lawyer? They don't want to be no damn lawyer.
No, but that's because, for one, like you said, they are trying to live vicariously through their children and not allowing them to get into their passion. What are they
Leave them
passionate
alone.
about? Not having these type of conversations or paying attention to your children. We have to pay attention to our children. We have to actually listen to them. Because, like you say, I didn't, who wants to, you trying to force them to be a doctor or a lawyer when you couldn't even be a doctor or a lawyer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
That
didn't
part.
even accomplish it, but now you want them to bend over backwards and, do all of this, be up under this type of pressure when you trying to pressure them to do something that you wanted to do but didn't do. I can see if you went through the process and you can actually kind of talk them, through it or whatever the case may be. But you have no conversation for them except for, I want you to do this just because. You don't have a background in it. That's not your history. And like Nisa said, I'm from, Mobile, but we have vocational schools as well. And I think there is so much talent out here in these millennial children. They are talented beyond their years. So if there were places that they could literally go and put that talent to work, like my stepbrother, well, like I said, we only have the only steps were in the house, but my brother, he would take a like he would build like cars, how they used to take the battery and a popsicle stick and do all of that type of stuff with your hand. He was very good with his hand. He was a mechanic. He was breaking and tearing shit up. Like he done went in there, they looking for the radio, he done took it all apart and he puts it back together. So, and like I said, there was no training, there was no schooling, there was no nothing.
That's it. You found it. Okay.
Yeah,
But
he
is the
became
video there?
a
Mhm.
mechanic.
Hold on. It's acting crazy.
Hey, Vaughn. So we're talking about
I think
tonight
it's trying to load.
this lady on TikTok. She was venting about paying all this money for college for her marketing and business degree, and she can't find a job. And when she did get a job interest, they were paying her less than what she was making rolling sushi rolls. So my question is, did you go to college? If you went to college, was it your choice, or did you grow up in a household where your parents said, "Oh, you're going to college," and they told you what you were going to college for, as opposed to you choosing what you want to go to college for? And if you did go to college, how long did it take you to find a job? Did you find a job that you went to college for, or are you working in a separate field than what you actually went to college for? So that's what we're talking about. That's it. That's her. That's her. When I tell you she went in, and her video
For
made
some
me
reason,
wanted
just jump
to.
to something else.
It's not simple,
Hold on, y'all. I got to.
Vaughn. Everybody can't just
It's doing
start a
something else.
job for themselves. You can create a job, but it takes a little more than just creating a job for yourself. Some things you still have to
Right.
know in order to create a job. You need to know how to run a business. There are so many people who are in business who don't know how to run a business. There's some people who are in business who have no customer service whatsoever.
Oh my
Yep.
God. Say it again for the people in the back.
There's some people who run
For
a
the
business
people in
who
the
have
back.
no
people in the
customer
front.
service whatsoever. And I've said this before and I'll say it again.
Oh my
I
God.
love to support my Black owned businesses. But some of y'all make me go to the white man, because the white man gonna have my shit on time. And if it ain't gonna be on time, he gonna call me at least a week or two before it's due, and not call me the day before or the day of. And if I need a refund, he's going to give me my money the same day I need the refund, and not tell me it's going to be 7, 14, 15, 21 days before I get my money.
Well, I don't go over
You
to
didn't
the
go to
clear
college to
people,
start a
but what I
business, my
will
man.
do is I'll just find somebody that look like me that's got good business sense. And I know who I can go to for what. And I know I ain't gonna have no issues.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how I feel now that I've been dealing with a lot of Black business owners, especially since I've been here in Atlanta. Now I know who to go to for what, and who to ask
Yeah.
for what. And yeah, now
Yeah.
I know. When you don't know,
Hmm.
you don't know. But when you know, you do better.
No new people. Yeah. 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 Let me see if this is gonna play right. Because I know one time, I think Kiki's still waiting on her shorts. Why does this keep jumping to
What
these?
short?
Hold
Girl,
on.
somebody owe you some shorts?
For them boxes we got.
I know what you're talking about.
Thicker than a Snickers. Thicker than a
Vaughn,
Snickers.
it took 32 days to refund you $25. Wow. Wow. Just wow. Yeah. Well, y'all, something going on with the video. Nisa found
Yeah,
it, but
Kiki's still waiting.
again, we're talking about college. Like, is it worth going to college? Did your parents say you had to go to college? And if you did go to college, are you working in the field you went to college for? Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I am, but I'm different. Medical field, you
I'm
got
different.
you gonna pay.
This isn't a video though. It's just it's an article, and it's just showing screenshots of her talking. Plus, it's doing something weird. I don't like this site. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else. This thing got hot in here. I can't pull my sweatshirt off. It would be a whole different shirt.
You better not.
Girl, no, I had to come out of that thing, honey. Lord Jesus. But I'm just saying you need a backup plan just in case you can't find a job. But Vaughn, okay, now you're talking to us. Yes, we know that. But how are you going to tell a 19, 20, 21-year-old they need a backup plan when you have pushed them to go to college?
Right.
College is my backup plan. Because now I'm going to get a degree where I'm supposed to get a job. Well,
Right.
I'm supposed to have a career. It's the difference between a job and a career.
Mm-hmm.
So most people go to
Yes.
college for a career, not a job.
Yep.
So
And they wind up finding a job because they can't get anything in their career.
career.
Right.
So they wind up not having to have a job
Yeah.
because they couldn't get one in their field. And then like
Yeah.
that is just the craziest thing. Like you say, you go to school for all of that. And that's even with jobs nowadays. You know, they tell you how the hell I'm gonna be overqualified.
Right. Right.
But because I'm coming to now, if I had not come, I'm coming to you because I need this job. Okay. Granted, I know what my resume looked like. I know what my resume looked like. Okay?
Right.
But if I'm coming here, then you look at my resume and you say, well, you know what? You know, we can't hire you because, you know, actually, Miss Lewis, you're overqualified for the job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you what the
But you're gonna
overqualified
go
means.
and find somebody or not find somebody that's qualified enough.
Because it really, the overqualified is really based on your experience. So what they're really saying is with your experience, okay, we're paying $35,000. They're not going to tell you this, but I know from a recruiter I've asked this question to. So because the position you want, they're paying $38,000 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your overqualifications is your experience. And with the experience you have, you can ask for $55,000 a year. So that means you're overqualified for this job. And they're not going to tell you about the price and this and that. It's your experience that makes you overqualified.
And I know right. And I know it's mainly about the dollar sign. I know that. But if you have someone sitting in front of you, you feel what I'm saying? You have somebody sitting in front of you that's saying, hey, when I had to switch jobs from one job to another, I took a $4 pay cut. I took that pay cut for peace. You know what I'm saying? They looking at me and they told me we can't pay you what you was making.
Mm-hmm.
You know, give me that option. I hear what you're saying, and yes, okay, you figure that I'm overqualified for this position, but let me turn it down. Don't turn me down because I came to you.
Right.
Is she playing? I see her lips moving, but
oh yeah, I hadn't pressed it yet.
Go ahead.
I have a bone to pick with America. So I'm headed to my serving job. I fucking hate it. Why I make more money serving. I have my literal business marketing degree that put me in a cute $80,000 in debt. And I make more serving sushi rolls. Because I've been applying to marketing jobs fucking for weeks now. And the pay cut is insane. Insane. But the jobs that are like a cute 150 to 200,000 a year, I'm not getting those. I'm a almost 25-year-old, my birthday's soon, almost 25-year-old chick going against, corporate ass America, people with so much experience. All I got is my degree. People say, get your degree, but then they don't talk about how you need experience. The degree was the experience. I need to relax. I have a bone to pick.
Yeah, so that she was hot. You hear me?
Lost it. Okay.
She lost it, but that is actually an old video. So she has another one that was older that they said on the news, and that's when she talked about the price difference. But this is a newer one that she did because she went on another interview and she just lost it.
Gotcha.
So now you have her situation. Now you have $80,000 in debt from college, and you can't find a job, a career, a position in the career that you went to school for. So now you work your job as a server serving sushi rolls, making more money. Like she said, make it make sense.
And she effing hates it.
She hates the sushi job, but she makes more money.
But
I mean, at that point, just start doing marketing for the company you currently working for, and see if you can turn that serving job into something else for that business. Sometimes these days you have to kind of finesse that thing.
Yeah,
you get your foot in the door.
Yeah,
like she got a marketing degree, but she's doing something else. Let somebody, you know somebody on the inside now.
Yeah.
Now you can say, hey, listen, I have
let it work for you.
I have some experience in this area. Present your portfolio. I think if you do blah blah blah, this is, let me make my degree work for you.
Yeah.
But the opportunity also has to present itself as well, because if they're looking at her as just a server, like you say, unless she just go in there and throw herself, at the mercy of the, the top people, they're not going to look at her. They're not going to even listen to her.
Well, but you got to try. Because see, me, I'd have been like, after that third interview and nobody didn't give me a job, I would have been to the manager, hey, listen, can we have a meeting? But that's me. I'm a talker. I can sell a Eskimo or igloo, okay? And he already got one. So I would have went to that manager and say, hey, listen, I went to school for this. I'm having a hard time finding a job. If you would let me show you my marketing skills, let me market something that you have going on in this restaurant. Let me do the marketing for it.
Right.
And for me, I would even go so much to say, I'll pay for the marketing materials just to show you what I can do. And if I meet your expectations or whatever, can we talk about me being a part of your marketing team? But that me.
But I was saying, but what if they ain't looking for it?
Do you know how many people ain't looking for something, but when somebody comes to them, you never know you need it until somebody tell you you need it. You know how many people ain't looking for stuff, and then Tyler Perry wasn't looking for no more actresses, but that girl put that billboard up, and guess what? She got a job.
Yeah.
So
you got to market yourself.
But you never know who's looking for what. They might even be working on something, or their marketing person might be working on something that they almost there, but they ain't there. And maybe you never know. One thing I learned from my mother, and that I live with every day, Nothing beats a failure but a try.
But a try.
What's she gonna lose?
But a try.
What's she gonna lose?
I
What
tell
what
my
is she
patients that
really
I
gonna
tell them that
lose
every
by
day.
just talking to him?
I tell my patients that
And
every day. Nothing beats a failure but a try. I say, do you know? I say, have you applied for pregnancy Medicaid? Because they have the, they come in with just the
Mhm.
commercial insurance, and it be high as giraffe ass,
Mhm.
and they like, I say, did you apply for pregnancy Medicaid? They say, huh? I can. I didn't know, and I was like, hell, nothing beats a failure but a try. Only thing they can do is tell you yes or no.
Mhm. Yeah. And so a
And
lot of
90%
times
of them
too.
come back and they get it, but it's
food,
like you said, you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't know, you ain't gonna put forth that effort because you didn't know it existed.
because you didn't
So
know it
yeah,
existed. Exactly.
yeah.
So you gotta ask, and you can't sit there just licking your wounds like, oh Lord, nobody will give me a job. I can't find a job in my field. No. Well, you know what? Again, somebody
Create it.
knows somebody who knows somebody who
Tina
knows somebody
Bridges.
who knows somebody.
Create it, Tina Bridges. You got to create your own lane. Shit,
Yeah.
and
And Vaughn said that. Vaughn
That's
said
what
that
I was
it's
about to say. That's what
simple.
Vaughn said.
Create a job for yourself,
Create a
but
job.
also you a marketing and business person, girl. Just start putting up some flyers or some posters or some. Come on, because people are go. Oh man, that was a nice poster. Y'all know who did that? You gotta help yourself. You gotta
Yeah.
help yourself. You gotta want to help yourself too. You
help
can't
me
Yeah.
help you.
just sit down and wait for everything to come to you. You'll never get anywhere.
Yeah,
Nope.
help me help you.
Help
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Me.
Right.
And all she's thinking about is
Nigga. Help me.
all she's thinking about is the $80,000, girl. Well, you ain't gonna never be able to pay that $80,000 back if you don't get out there and try to promote yourself.
Yeah,
Well, to be honest, this was one way she promoted herself.
she did.
But it was one way she promoted herself. But
Mhm.
in the same token, the news, Fox 5 said
What they say.
it was one way to put it out there, but it was negative. So if anybody was looking to hire her negativity would probably hinder her.
I didn't see it as negative though. I saw it as her
It was just an
venting
expression. It was an expression
because
of how she
she's
felt.
been doing it, and she's to the point now to where she's like, why did I spend all that money and spend all those years in school if you're telling me now I have no experience? What am I supposed to do?
So let me ask you this question. You as a business owner, would you hire her
I would call her in
after
for an
seeing that?
interview. I would call her in for an interview to see what she got. Because if you're
I
saying
wouldn't.
I got this degree, and now and I feel like college was my experience. Show me what you learned, and since while you were in college, because they had to do different stuff with along the business line while they're in there anyway, as a project or something as a part of her degree. Show me what you got. Show me what your plan is. She ain't doing. Only thing she did is she vented on camera.
She
said
vented.
nothing. She said nothing that nobody else has said about anything they trying to do. Whether you vent to your friend, your family, your significant other, whatever. I done done all this work and won't nobody hire me.
Yeah, but you're not venting to millions and millions of people. But I mean, to each his own. But after seeing that, I wouldn't hire her.
But I would call her in for an interview. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's split.
I wouldn't.
You got folks that wouldn't. You got folks that be like, okay, you venting. I hear you. I understand. Come show me what you got. You either got it or you don't. At that point, it's up to you to say, this is my chance. This is what I can do. Hire me. I'm worth the $150 or whatever it is, $1,000 a year that I know my degree is supposed to get me to.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it.
I would.
Mhm. Or she can just go. I'm about to find her TikTok page. I'm gonna put a comment on there and say, if you might want to look into speaking to the management at the company that you already work at and market yourself to them.
Yeah.
Because
That's
that
what I
can turn
say.
into
Yeah,
something else.
bring yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot of opportunity is right there, right next to you, and you looking all out there, and you got an opportunity right there.
Yeah.
She in the door. She in there. They trust her. They already paying her.
Well, but you don't know if they trust her. You don't know that. But
If
they're
they
paying
gave
her,
her
but
a
you don't know if
job,
they trust her.
if they gave her a job, they trust her a little bit to come
Well,
in there
yeah.
and do a job.
I don't know.
And roll them
wouldn't-
damn sushi rolls.
Mm.
They trust her. They trust her enough to
That
pay
part.
her to roll them damn sushi rolls.
Roll
So.
the and serve it to the people.
So let me tell you why I wouldn't hire her. I wouldn't
Why
hire
you
her.
wouldn't?
One, I know outside of work we all have our ways and things that we do, but for me, the cursing and the really just for me, it was like a tantrum. You have a way
Okay.
to vent when you know what you're putting out there, potential employers are watching this video.
Okay.
So for me, I wouldn't hire her. I just wouldn't. Not with the attitude, the cussing and all that, because she could have still vented in a way by just saying, I really feel like all the cussing and the fucking and screaming. I don't want nobody working like that for me
But
because
I don't.
one, but wait.
Go
But
ahead.
this is me. But
Yeah.
for one, because if you're agitated and irritated about a situation and you can react like that on social media. Now, don't get me wrong, because again, when I first started, I did the same thing, but I didn't do it to a million potential employers. I went home and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, my sisters, man, I gotta have experience. Nobody want to give me a job, blah, blah, blah. But to vent on social media like that, people look at your persona, everything that you do. Granted, it was a vent, and again, here's my devil's advocate. It was a vent, yes, but it was the way you vented, and you didn't take the time to realize that there were hundreds and maybe millions of potential employees that might have saw your video and may have felt sorry for you, but you missed out on a job opportunity because of the way you handled the venting. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think she was even thinking about the millions and millions of people, because again, she's just going off of her experience and what she's had to deal with going to school, paying the money, doing this, that, and the third. So again, that's going live. She probably, just as you said, there may be people out there that's saying that they're not going to hire her because of that. She may have just that one person to hire her because of that. Because if she feels that way about it, truly, like, hey, like Nisa said, you know what? Let me see what she got. Because if you are feeling that strongly about how your life has gone and how things have gone for you, let's put it to the test. Let's put your money. Let's put your mouth. Let's put all that energy. Let's put all of that energy into your skills. Let's see. Let's back that up. So you say you got a degree in business marketing. You say you can do this. Let me see if you can do this, that, and the third. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Like I said, realize,
people, like you said, we don't, and she's young, but when you're upset and you're doing things, yes, she did it. She went live. I don't think she was really thinking it was going to catch the news or catch a million people. I don't even think she was even thinking about that. She was just, like I said, like people do every day on their daily. They cut their live on. Well, I'm out here stuck on Highway 85 and this shit here got me going crazy. So my manager gonna call me and tell me I can't have you working for me no more because you out there on 85 and you ranting and raving about the traffic. That ain't cool. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about your job. What that has nothing to do with what I do when I come to work. Now, if my attitude showed that I had been sitting on Highway 85 for 2 hours and I came in snapping and going off on the patients, then okay. So you out there, you sitting in traffic, hour and a half, now you coming in, you taking it out on the patients. Yeah, that ain't cool. But give me a chance to show, give her a chance.
Right.
To put her mouth, all that mouth she got.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think she's gonna go into nobody's company and just start cussing folks out and say, you know what I'm saying? She was just getting that off her chest. And she did that. You know,
yeah, but for me, you taped it and posted it on TikTok. So you know how many people are on TikTok, and you gotta know that your friends or somebody was gonna share that. And you gotta know.
And like I say, she was looking for an opportunity. She was telling how, you know, what she got going on, and she's out there. That's a cry for help. Like, you know, somebody maybe somebody will see this and feel me.
Right.
And so, you know what? I'm gonna give this young lady a chance. I'm gonna give her a chance just because I'm gonna do that for you.
You have to realize this generation is totally different than us.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff we deal with and we go through, and we'll go offline and talk somebody offline about something. But this newer generation, they do everything online. The social media is their diary. Ain't no more us writing in diaries. Social media is their diary. You go through their timeline and you learn everything that's going on in their life, good and bad. So for her, this was normal. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because I can't find a job in my career field, and I'm about to get online and tell all of my friends about it.
Right. Tell all, but tell the world. This is what's going on, y'all.
I said my friends, her followers.
Right. Because here you have it. She's not the only one that's feeling this way.
Right.
Yeah, she's not the only one that's going through this. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you got those that's in the amen. Amen. Right. Girl, amen. Girl, I hear you, girl. Amen.
Amen. Right.
You got them co-signers, you know, and then but you also, like you say, you also still have these different people, and you know, or whatever the case may be, that's saying, you know what, I like, you know, like one say, well, I wouldn't hire her because of her ranting and raving and how she did it, you know, because of it. And then you got somebody that might say, you know what, I'm gonna give her a chance because the fight that she has, you know what I'm saying, this type of, if she got to put this type of energy in making this video, let me see what she got on this paper. Let's put it out there.
Put it on paper, girl.
Put it on paper.
Put it on paper.
Put it on paper.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
And then again, like you say, again, the generation, they're not being taught. They're not being taught how to handle these type of situations.
No.
They're not being taught how to handle these situations.
They're not being taught, and not even just the kids, but the grown folk. They're not being taught that everything isn't for social media.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, it's not. Definitely
everything isn't for social media. I'm all for venting, and I'm all for her venting on TikTok. But when you cussing and cursing like that, employers look at stuff like that. Do you know that even now, like employers now, a lot of people don't get jobs because employers go and check their Facebook page,
absolutely,
or their Instagram page,
absolutely,
and they don't get jobs because of that reason.
Absolutely.
So if them just go and check,
and I don't think that's fair. I don't think to a certain extent. I don't, because that's my personal business.
Well, it ain't personal if you got it on social media for the whole world to see. It's no longer your personal business. If it's your personal business, keep it off of social media.
Well, cool, but I don't think you should hold that against me because you don't even know me. So you don't even know me.
But I'm learning you from everything that you posting on social media.
Yeah. Yeah,
That ain't got nothing to do with my work ethics, though.
it might.
You don't
There
know
we
that,
go.
though.
It might.
But I know
You
enough.
don't know that.
But I know enough. I know enough of your business. I know enough of everything you doing that I feel like you would not be a good fit for my company because I know
Yeah,
too much of
and
your
that's, to
personal
each his
business and
own.
all of that.
Understood.
Mhm.
I mean, and that's to each his own. But like I said, when they start asking, these, and again, that's what all of this about. It's a lot of to weed out. That's with anything. That's just like you on these
Absolutely.
dating sites, and you see a guy that's standing up there with $5,000 in his hand and standing in front of a Mercedes Benz in a 5-bedroom house that really don't none of that shit belong to him.
Right.
But it's like, is that what you want? Has this is what society has come to, that you thinking in your mind that that's what most majority of women want, not the grown ones.
No.
So I get it. You're absolutely right, because I would swipe left.
Yeah.
I would swipe left and keep going because that's not attractive to me.
Yeah.
What you got, that
What'd you say,
material stuff
Lisa?
is not attractive to me. So yeah, you're right. Once you put it out there for the world, then they can
It's
take
no
it and
longer
do
your
what they want to
personal
do with it.
business.
It's on the
Yeah.
World
No longer,
Wide Web.
it belongs to you.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That baby one thing about that. She ain't 25 yet. Her
She
brain's
ain't.
still growing. Her brain's still developing. She is not
And
thinking about
it was really it was hilarious. Cause that
It
last
was. It
scream
really
she let
was.
out, she was done.
She was thinking about that
That
doggone
scream,
loan
that
payment
scream
coming
at
up.
the end did it for me. That scream at
Yeah,
the end
that
did it
was
for me. She
the
was
way
like,
she ended that thing. She was like, I'm done. Son.
Thinking about that loan payment coming up.
yeah. But I just thought it was a really interesting topic because
Yeah.
Very interesting.
so many times we are pushed to go to college, and either we don't want to or we push to go to college for things that we don't want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad I had the opportunity to choose my own. My mom was just like, y'all ain't gotta go to college, but you're gonna do something. My sister went to hair school and I went to nursing school. So we did something. She didn't care what it was.
Yeah.
And she always told me, whatever you do, be the best at.
Facts.
Yep.
Be the best. If you the trash woman, make
trash
sure you
picker
pick
upper,
up
you
that
better make sure
trash
you
the
pick
best way you
every
know
bit
how.
of that trash up. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
pick it up. Don't you
If you
leave a grain on the ground.
If you the janitor, you better make sure you picking up. Yeah. So you're right. Be the best.
Be the
Be
best
the
at
best.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have people who love that. Like for me, I don't understand how they came up with cleaning jobs because I'm
Because somebody got to do it.
right. I ain't her. I clean my own house, but I ain't cleaning nothing for nobody else. I can't go clean nobody's toilet, girl.
There's some folks that love.
They love
doing
it.
that. They love doing that,
But
and I praise God for them. I praise God for them.
That's the
Yes,
gift of
Lord.
service.
Because
Yes, Lord.
back when it was in my budget,
Yes, Lord.
twice a month, at least twice a month, I would have who was it? It wasn't Mary Maid, it was somebody, another company. Because how it started is I won a cleaning from them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those times I went home for the holidays. And they went in there, and when I came back home, my house was so nice and clean, and I was like, "Oh, is this how put them on the calendar to come in twice a month?"
Honey, listen, let me tell you, it's nothing like it, baby. I told V we need to get back on get them back on our schedule, honey. They clean the baseboards, the ceiling corners, everything.
Praise God. Praise God.
Yeah.
They ain't in the budget now, but boy, tell you what,
baby, I
beautiful.
take everything else out the budget to keep that.
It's I wish I could. Shit, that was back when rent was $800.
Ooh, girl. Child, how many years ago that was?
Right when I first moved here, in 05, 06. Yeah, good, the good old days.
Them
Good
the
Yeah,
old
good
now
old days.
don't get me depressed.
I
Don't
know.
make me depressed. We were doing good. We were
It
doing
was
good.
the good old
We were
days.
doing
I
good.
know. I know it.
Cause now a loaf of bread is $4.
Back
Yes. Yes.
Hence the fact that I don't have any. Shit. I pass by, I say, damn, at least I can make me some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or something. I went and I reached out. Look, I reached out.
You
I
reach
reached
around.
I reached
You
around
reached
and reached out for that bread.
Oh,
The
my
drawback,
God.
baby, the drawback that I had when I leaned in and it said,
Girl, I done started buying the
Uh-uh.
half loaves. It's
And
about
wait, but
50.
but check this out. Even the no name brand bread
Yeah,
is $3.
yeah.
Remember we used to get a loaf of bread for 99 cents?
Ugh.
Because you paid like $2.70, $2.80
With the
for like
crust.
the Nature's Own and all of that. And then
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
could get the Kroger's or the Publix bread for 99 cents.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
not no more.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh.
Not no more.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Better get you a box of Bisquick and make you a loaf of bread. And that's $6.
I can't.
You can't win for losing.
I
No.
can't do it. I just started buying tortillas. They buy one, get one at Publix. And I give me a 10 count. I got 20 tortillas.
What?
20 tortillas in them.
What?
They just as good.
I make it do what it do.
You better.
I do a mean peanut butter and jelly sandwich roll. It's a new food item I created. What?
Oh, help me, Jesus. I'm not fooling with y'all. I am not fooling with y'all. But see, we laughing and we making a joke about it. But in actuality,
it's serious business.
But no, listen. In actuality, when these kids graduate from college and they look at what they should be making, and like she said, the job is supposed to be paying $150,000 to $200,000. So these kids are expecting, oh my God,
yeah,
I'm gonna be making $150,000, $200,000. And just like us, when we got some money coming, we'll be like, okay, I could get this and I could get that. So they're like us. They're like, oh, I could buy me a car and I could get my own apartment. I could move out my mom's house. You know, I could do this, I could do that. And then they slam with this rude awakening of, no, you can't even get a job in the field that you expect them to make this money.
Yep.
And so that's why a lot of them, they either drop out of college, or they go work like her, doing the sushi rolls and being a waitress or whatever she's doing, and they never go back to school, and they wind up never working in their field because the places they're working, they're making decent money, and they feel like, well, I'm making decent money, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
But then they're stuck with these, like she said, $80,000 in debt of student loans. That when are you going to have the opportunity to pay that back? Because now you just making enough.
And that's a low number. That's a low debt number.
Oh yeah,
80,000. That's low.
Yeah.
Mine was only 4,000. Thank you, Jesus.
Good for you, girl. I could never qualify for nothing free. Everything was loans. Either
Yeah.
my mama made too much money or I made too much money when I first started working because I ain't had no cheering.
That-
Just one mouth to feed.
And that's
Wow.
another thing too. How you gonna tell me I make too much to X, Y, and Z when the numbers ain't adding up for me? So what numbers you see?
What numbers you looking at?
Because
So-
I don't see the
So
same
what they do, like for anybody that fall on hard times or work and they try to get food stamps or something like that.
They
So
looking
food
at the
stamps,
gross.
they're looking at the gross.
Yeah,
They're
looking
not
at the
looking
gross.
at your
I know.
take home.
I
They're
know.
not looking at your take home. They
And
looking
that's-
at what
that's
you
so
make.
unfair.
They looking at what you make before Uncle Sam hit you up
I
with
know.
tax.
But why would they do that if that's not what you end up with in your hand?
But it's what you make. And the reason why they look at it that way is because they know at the end of the year, you're getting that money back in your taxes. So it's still considered an income.
But you ain't getting
You're
it
not
right
getting
when
it
you
right
need it.
then.
I
You're
can
not
be
getting
dead
it
by
right
the end of the
then.
year.
Facts.
Because I done starved. Every
Absolutely.
month.
Yeah, waiting on the end of the year.
I am not fooling with you, Nisa. I am not fooling
It's the
with
truth,
you.
though.
It is. It is. So how did she look? So she died waiting on her income tax so that she could get so she could get back what she owed them three months ago.
So I can finally go buy some groceries.
So yeah.
I gotta wait till the end of the year to go grocery shopping.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
But
me
that
and
is-
my
that's-
tortillas.
Or you have to do what I do and
What do
my
you do?
wife does.
What do you do?
We budget, we put ourselves on a monthly budget. And
we-
when that budget is gone, you gotta wait till next
What if
month.
you don't have a budget?
What if shit happened and all your budget is gone? And you
Then
are
your
now
budget
trying to
is gone.
scramble and figure out
Kiki, what I told you.
How the
I
hell.
know.
What I told you, I was like, God, I went
But-
on my budget this month.
But again, you did. But what if you don't have a budget? And that's the thing. That's when times are hard. When you got a hardship and there is no budget to even go off of because everything that you were budgeting is no longer there to
It's
budget.
no longer there. Right.
So what do you do? Yeah, I know. Me too.
What
Me too,
do
Kwame. Me
you
too.
do?
Me too.
Wait, what she do? I missed it.
I'm listening,
I
Kwana.
was trying to ask.
Oh, you were trying to? Yeah, because I'm
It was
listening too.
no, it was the release. She say.
It wasn't coming out. It wasn't coming out. Coming out. Yeah.
And then,
No,
it's like,
yes, guys. What do
even
you
if,
do?
and even in a lot of situations, and I know sometimes even when you got two income households, it's still like you say, it's still a budget, it's still a struggle, or whatever the case may be. But it's still help. If you don't have the assistance, if you don't have the help,
Yeah.
then
you
ass out.
Yeah.
What do you do? You drink Coronas, that's what you do.
But it was free.
It was
99.
utter free.
See, but yeah, it's
Free.
and her Corona was free. Look, Joyce said you buy tortillas and beans. I just said if you can't, what if you can't buy the tortillas and the beans?
I got tortillas right now. Buy one, get one free at Publix.
I don't even shop at Publix, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
public is high, but yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I was
FT,
fussing, listen,
Yeah.
I was fussing because I went what what is it? Yesterday. Stopped at Publix because that was the closest store. Spent $20. $20.
On 2 items.
No, for 6 catfish fillets. $20.
Oh, well,
For
that's
6.
why.
For 6.
They was fresh.
They was fresh. Yeah. 6. $20. You go to Kroger, you get 6 for 14, 15.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, y'all need to get off with these prices. I'm gonna have to go on to the bayou and fish for my own damn catfish.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
We going back to that. We going back to that. For real, for real.
Yeah, we
You
are.
gotta grow your own crops and all of that. But if we can just stop selling our land that we own, so we can do all that without having to worry about getting crops and stuff from somebody else.
And Nisa, was it you that sent me
talk about that?
Nisa, was it you that sent me that video about the girl when she was talking about the different countries and the money and how money's not gonna be worth nothing?
Yep.
And you know, and one thing she said that makes sense. Man, get some friends together and y'all buy some land.
Yep. And actually, Karana, who she had already said she wanted us to come on her show, is this Stay Poppin'?
Blowing Bubbles podcast.
Blowing Bubbles, yeah. Oh yeah, Stay Poppin' is her hashtag.
Yeah.
She was actually a part of a group of us that were out. I don't know if it was North Georgia or somewhere else, but they all got together and bought a big plot of land, and they were building houses and stuff. So I mean, people are already doing it. We just gotta. Me and Kiki about to we gonna build some condos and do something. We gonna do something. We gonna get together and
we're gonna get together. We're gonna get together
and
do something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard out here for pimpsters, man.
And it is. And it is.
Yeah. Well, we trying to buy some land too. So
yeah.
Immediately. So we've been looking, but yeah, definitely. I mean, like, get with some friends, and this was a few years ago. This is about it's been longer than a few years. This is about like 5 years before COVID. So it's been about 8-9 years. On the news, there was this white girl. She was talking about her and 3 of her college friends bought some land and built a neighborhood and build their houses within that neighborhood.
That's smart. That's smart.
And let me tell you, I brought this idea to a couple of people. And my thing is this: we ain't got to buy the land tomorrow. We ain't got to buy it next year. We ain't got to buy it in 2 years. We can buy it in 3 or 4 years. But you have to save to put towards it. Like,
if you living paycheck to paycheck, how you saving?
Yeah, I mean, for those people who are doing that, then that's understandable. But what you have to do, and what I've learned and what I've had to do several times, is when you really want something, you have to make sacrifices. So that means no eating out, no going out, no traveling, and you take that money and you put that money aside. Because little do we know, we eat fast food. And I remember clearly eating out every day when I was working on a constant before I started travel nursing. When I was working on a constant, in 1 week, I spent $200 at Chick-fil-A. Breakfast and lunch. Chick-fil-A. $200. You know what I could do with $200?
A lot.
A lot. But another thing my mother always told me, anything worth having is worth working for. So sometimes when you put your mind to something, it's something that you really want. You got to cut back on some of the things that you do leisurely.
That's true.
Even if we just run to, oh, let me go get me something from McDonald's. It's $3. But you still eating out because that could be $3 towards something bigger.
Yeah.
So you just have to make sacrifices for the things that you want.
That's fun.
And that's what I tell my boys. You got to make sacrifices for the things that you want. Y'all got to stop eating out, stop going out, stop smoking weed, because that's where 99% of your money go. The other 1% go on everything else.
Right.
Stop drinking. Put your money aside for. First of all, you got to have money for a rainy day. That's with anybody. I know so many Black people that do not have money for a rainy day. If something happened right now, I know so many people don't have no money to go nowhere. You have to have for a rainy day before you can even talk about putting money aside for something else. Everybody I don't care if every time you get paid, you take $5 and put it aside for a rainy day. Every time, $5. You'd be surprised how quick those $5 add up.
What if it's always raining?
It ain't always raining.
Man.
What
I
if
tell
it's
you
partly
what.
cloudy? What if it's majority partly cloudy?
That storm at the beginning of the year.
What?
It flooded me.
Yeah.
I flooded out. Trying to build it back up slowly. It's woo boy. All my little rainy day funds just
they got washed away.
Washed away. Washed away. Washed away.
Me say, what's wrong with
my
you?
Rainy day money was washed away. It was washed away. Yes, indeed.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, we had to laugh to keep from jumping off the side of the bridge.
Listen, so do you guys know anything about I-bonds?
I don't know what you're talking about.
A Cinnabon, what?
The Cinnabon, I think it's Cinnabon. And I-bond.
No.
B-O-N-D?
B-O-N-D?
No, N-O. Nisa, the Bayou Cooler has been speechless tonight. We have actually had her to be speechless tonight.
Because it's a good time to switch over.
So, wait a minute. Wait, what I was about to say. Oh,
something about the I-bond.
Yes. So I am going to have, not next week, and next week, ladies, I will not be available. I will be at the airport on my ways back from whatchamacallit. So I will not be on the show next week. So y'all ladies got to hold it down. Got to hold it down.
Hold it down.
But the following week, we are going to have V on to talk about stocks, savings, I-bonds, CDs, and that kind of stuff. Money marketing is what we're going to call it.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
So she'll talk about those things and tell you guys how to,
Yeah. I've
stop
had
the rain.
CDs. I do have a 401k.
This ain't the DVDs.
You know what? I do have a 401k. That's what saved me when I had to move. Was I had money that I could touch and do what I need to do. But you can't just touch that just to be touching it. You got to tell them people a reason. Give me a reason before they let you touch your money.
Right.
So,
because you do know that it is
Build them
controlled
back
by
up.
the government.
Huh?
You do know it is controlled by the government.
Right. Right. So that's building back up, but I do need to have, my other little pocket of money. Yeah. So that'll be cool. We need that.
We definitely need
We
it.
appreciate it. Go Cowboys.
Yeah. Really? Go Cowboys. Yeah. So but it's just like a savings bond. Back in the day they called it a savings bond, but now it's electronic. And
Okay.
so this is what we do, well, what she does for her nieces and nephews, and I do for my granddaughter.
Okay.
So you buy
That'll
an
be
I-bond and you can buy one for like $25. And
okay.
over a year's time, it grows interest.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't help you if you buy the I-bond today and next year you cash it
And
because
cash
you
it
need
out.
$25. It just
Yeah.
doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to save. You have to be a person that knows how to save, that has strength, and don't just be
Spending. Tammy
and
Cans.
not thinking about, oh Lord, I can't spend all this money right now because in the next day I'm gonna have I ain't gonna have nothing.
Right.
And it's good to make a budget for yourself. And when I say make a budget, hey Tammy, when I say make a budget for yourself, it's what you're doing is you're saying, okay, my rent is $1,000. My lights is $30. My water is $50. And this and that. So after I pay my rent, I pay my lights, I pay my water, I pay my cable, what's left? And then when you have something left from that, then you decide, okay, just say for instance, you got $500 left. So then you say, okay, so now my budget for this month is going to be $200, and that other $300 is going into a savings. So me, I was like for Kiki in the brunch group. Kiki was saying about the t-shirts. And I was like, Kiki, I went over my budget this month. Give me a few days and I can pay for my shirt. And if I had to, I really could have. But I didn't want to go where it wasn't time for that budget to be.
Right.
Hey, boss lady.
So that's all I mean when I say a budget. But then that's something that kids need to be taught too, is how to budget your money, how to save your money. And that's when it goes to a lot of people want to live beyond their means because let's see until your car breaks down. But see, you shouldn't have to go in that budget for a car breakdown because a car breakdown is an emergency, and that's when you go into emergency funds.
So is this separate from the rainy day money?
Well, the rainy day and emergency is the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your rainy day and emergency is the same thing.
The people need to know because if you don't say that, then they'll be like, I have to have a rainy day.
Your rainy day fund and emergency, no. Your emergency and your rainy day is really the same thing.
Okay.
Because that shouldn't be taken out of your budget because then now you're taking away from the things that you need for your budget. So Tina and Tammy, what we were talking about, and we kind of got into the aftermath, but what we were talking about is I saw a TikTok video where a lady was talking about she was mad at the world because she spent $80,000 for a business and marketing degree. And the first people, she couldn't find a job. Then the job that she did find, they wanted to pay her less than what she was making. And she works at a restaurant wrapping sushi rolls. So we were talking about, if you went to college, did you go to college because you wanted to go, or did you live in a household where your parents said you had to go to college? And if they told you that you had to go to college, did you go for something you wanted, or was it a situation where they say, oh, you're going to be a doctor, or you going to be a lawyer? And did you make your kids go to college? Did you say you have to go, or did you give them a choice of saying whether they want to go or not? So
And
that's
are
what we
you
were
working
talking
in
about.
are you working in your career if
Yeah,
you
and
went
are
to
you
college?
working
Are
in
you
your
working in that?
career? Yeah. Are you working in your career that you went to college for?
Working in
Yeah.
that
So then
field.
after we
Yeah.
talked about that, then we were talking about the other things that they don't learn in college,
Right.
is how to save that money that they are making or that they're working for, and the things that they can do, and how to set up 401ks and set up rainy day funds and have a budget for their life.
Yeah.
Tammy said, I went to college for business and I'm a licensed insurance agent now.
But that kind of falls under the
Yeah,
same.
I was gonna say that. That kind of falls under it, but
It just
what
depends.
area of business did you just went, like you just have a business degree overall, or did you like business in certain areas? Because like hers was marketing and business. And
Yeah.
then you have healthcare business, and you
Yeah.
have certain things that this was just a broad spectrum.
Yeah.
Oh wow. See, I didn't know that.
What happened?
So Tammy said you don't need a college degree to sell insurance. You can just take a
Oh
2 week
yeah,
class
and
and
get your
pass it.
license.
Now, see, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
I thought you had to go to college or something to be an insurance agent.
No, you got to study for those exams to pass them, but no, you ain't got to go to college for that.
Wow. See,
Yeah.
so
And see, that's another one of those jobs out there that pays well. You don't have to have a degree, but you do have to have some sort of a certification.
yeah.
You still gotta, you still gotta learn how to buckle down and study and get your piece of paper. So when you go to
Oh,
people and say, you know,
and she said
I can
you.
do this, and they be like, "Oh, for real? Who told you you could?" This piece of
Hmm.
paper that I got,
Yeah.
that I did it and I passed.
And she said you have to renew it every 2 years and stay continue in education courses.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's just like me for medical too. We have to do CEUs. We have to do continuing education. Like we have to continually take classes on, HIPAA. And
Yeah.
I mean, and like the HIPAA don't change that much, but it's one word they might change in a phrase that we got to take it all over again. We got to take OSHA every year. We got to take that.
Yeah.
So we have to do continuing classes, especially like as a nurse, like you got to do IV classes. You got to do different courses in different fields that you in. So you have to constantly do that in the medical field. I know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, if you don't do it, and I was a phlebotomist at this time, you don't do it, I got taken off the schedule because I was like, I don't feel like sitting here on this computer taking these tests. And I kept playing around and playing around. And my supervisor said, I need you to take them tests today. If you don't take them tests, you're going to be taken off the schedule. And I need you to finish them today. I'm playing around. I'm doing everything but taking them tests. And she called me and told me, you got to take these tests at home and you can't come back until you finish.
Until you finish. Because you're a liability at that point.
At that point. But the good thing is I got paid while I was at home, but I couldn't be in the facility, on the facility, because I didn't recertify myself in certain things that I had to be recertified in.
Exactly.
So I was able to do it at home and get paid, But I wanted to be at work. I like my patients. I wanted to be at work, but didn't happen. I spent the whole week at home. I had 44 courses I needed to take.
Girl, you need your butt whooped.
Well, some of them was because I had went out for surgery too. Okay. And then I went back to work like 2 months. So I started some and then I went out for surgery and I went back and I had to complete them because they were all so overdue by me being out for surgery. This was in I don't know when this was, 2017, 19, 17, 15. This was a different surgery.
Oh, okay.
So it's like 2015, something like that. So yeah. But it's just, I don't feel like it's a waste because you still learn. And eventually what you learn, you can put to use somewhere, somehow. It just might not be in the magnitude that you want to put it to use.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Get your education, people. Don't let that stop you.
Definitely. I can say what I'm doing at the company that I'm at. I've been there the entire time I've lived here, which it'll be 20 years next year, which is crazy as fuck. I started out as just the admin, but because our company changed up and is now making everybody billable, I support a architectural group within the company, and everybody, all of them always had to be billable to a client. I didn't, because all I really did was paperwork, which, still important, but it wasn't billable. Now I got to be billable, which is why now I'm moving around because I'm working on 3 projects. Praise God, because of the relationship that I have had with my group that I've been supporting. They're like, oh, Nisa has to be billable. Nisa, come over here. I got this that you can do, and I'm put you on this project. Now, one of my friends, he does project management stuff in a whole different field. But he was like, and I told him, I was like, well, now I have to be billable. He was like, well, this is what you need to look into. And what he was telling me about basically would make me an assistant project manager.
Oh.
Which I don't have to go outside the company. We got internal classes that I can take online to line myself up just to get it. Not that I'm working on somebody's project, but same as anything. So if I walk up to somebody and say, you need an assistant PM for this, well, how you can do this? Because let me show you online. Let me go into E3. You see that under my name? It's right there. I got that right there. Now, I don't, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, I've never had the thing in my mind, I want to go to school to be this, or I want to grow up to be this. I wanted to grow up to be in the Air Force. Period. That's all I knew. That fell through. Didn't have a plan B, but my degrees are more general business, whatever. But because I'm where I am right now, I can now take that and expand it out and go do something else, and do some other stuff to make some little more Skrilla. I'm trying, because this is ridiculous over here. I can't. Okay, I'm done talking now.
And I can't with y'all tonight. Well, I wanted to go to the military. I wanted to be a military nurse, but unfortunately, because my father was military, I come from a military family.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out. Because I have scoliosis, and it just wasn't, my doctor didn't release me and all that kind of stuff. So never got a chance to go, but it was definitely something that I wanted to do. So
my sickness happened when I was in it. And then I was married to a crazy ass man, and he kind of made me get out. And I was just like, do I stay in or do I go home to no peace? Like, what do I do? I hate I got out because of him, but okay, I'm done talking.
Yeah. Well, the bottom line is, for anybody that's listening and anybody that's gonna go back and watch this video, don't let what we were talking about discourage you from going to college, from finishing college,
Yes,
because
go.
you just might be that one that lands the job that they went to school for, or the career that
Tammy.
you want to have. I cannot with y'all too.
Oh, and I encourage,
We love you too, Tammy.
yes, I encourage
They crazy,
everybody.
girl.
I wish
They
I
are
had
on it tonight.
I wish I had the knowledge I have now when I was at the age of trying to figure out what I wanted to do.
What you wanted to do,
Encourage
yeah.
everybody to go find a vocational school.
Yeah.
And if you have kids that are still in school, but if there's a vocational or a specialized school that you can send them to that can
Send
focus
them.
them into something,
Yes.
Yeah.
send them. And
Yes.
I tell my sisters now with my 5 babies that's back in Texas, find out what they want to do and just guide them into
Yeah.
that. And then as an
Yeah.
adult, if it's something you think you want to do, find you a technical school, vocational school, college. They're out there. They are there. And you just got to go look for them and just make it happen, man. Because it's ridiculous when you sitting around and you kind of like, I don't know what to do. Gotta find something to do.
Yeah. This one here. Listen, y'all.
Ha!
Send your kids to vocational high school if you can.
Yes.
If not, once they graduate, instead of going to a full-fledged college, they can
Go to
always go
trade.
to a technical college or
Yeah.
a trade
Trade or
a
tech.
trade school,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is college.
Because plumbers make money, huh? I need one right now and I ain't got the money to pay them. What? HVAC. Learn how to
Money.
put some ACs and them heaters because this about to get cold outside. Some
Yes,
folks
it is.
Welders.
They got
Welders
to pay.
make plenty money.
Welders make buku.
Plenty
They make plenty
money.
money. They plenty money.
Plenty
They do.
money.
And forklift drivers as well.
Forklift
And
drivers.
well, I had certification as a forklift driver. I drove. I done drove forklift before.
Are you still certified as a forklift driver?
No, like I said, all of this was like 15, 20 years ago. You know, when I was working at this job, you know, of course you had to be certified. And then
look at Tammy said she used to date a welder, baby. That's that money. Yes. They make good money.
So,
They do.
Good money. But again, don't do it for the money. Do it because it's something you want to do. Because if you're doing it for the money, you're not going to give it your 100%.
No.
And you're going to have that day when you be like, man, this I'm out because this ain't what I want to do anyway.
Right.
So you don't want to do that. You just want to make sure whatever you do, you're doing it because you want to do it. You get some enjoyment out of it.
And you love what you do.
Like Sister, what's her name? Sister Mary. What she played on Sister Act 2? Sister Mary Claire.
Clarence.
Sister Mary Clarence told Lauren Hill, if you go to bed thinking about somebody, singing, if you wake up singing, then girl, you ought to be a singer.
Better
So
wake up and pay
attention.
So if you want to be somebody, come on, y'all.
If you want to go somewhere, you gotta wake up and pay attention.
Hey.
Let me tell y'all, it goes down in the den. We love. But listen, y'all, just know this. Whatever you do, be the best at it. And if you can save your parents a couple of thousands of dollars, just save your parents some money. Okay?
Yeah. Well, what
For
are
those of us that are grown and still want to go to school, it is never, ever too late. My mother went back to school at 44 years old. So it is never too I'm in school now. It is never too late to go to school and do what you. Oh, Tammy said the sound effects.
Too late, baby. Bye bye.
The Price is Right. I'm done. Good night, y'all. I can't even say no more. Just good night, goodbye. I am done.
Hey, are you ready? Kiki, are you ready? Why you people let them know that you're ready?
It's Thursday night, they at it again. You got it locked into the ladies then. It's Lady K, Kiki too, plus the Bayou Diva. You know how they do. From breaking news to favorite foods. She was popping in the city, hot topics too. Advice for your issues.
Next
if you need to grab a
Thursday,
tissue, just wait to a break. They may say something that'll fit you. Amazing guests live on set. You can laugh to your heart's content. They appreciate the love cause it's truly a blessing. My name's Saga Boss and I approve this message.
Ain't no room for hating. Enjoy the entertainment. You are locked in to the ladies' den. So there's no confusion. They love what they do. You are locked in to the ladies' den.
The Ladies Den, Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell them Saga sent you.